everybody. I have been getting a lot of questions lately about how to have a successful Facebook party with Scentsy. So we all know how to do home parties and we know how to do basket parties and fundraisers and things like that. But having Facebook parties is actually a really good way when you have a busy schedule or when you need to serve a hostess that lives far away from you, that isn't local. So Facebook parties are a really good alternative. However, they are still a lot of work. And that is one thing that is really important to remember, that it's not like an easy way out. You still have to do quite a bit of work. I am today going to go over 2 different ways to have a Scentsy Facebook party. One is a little more complex and it involves a little bit more work, but I've also had a lot more success with following that platform. The second way is just a quick, easy way to maybe your first one, or if you're not comfortable with some of the techniques that I'm going to talk about in the first way, try it the second way and hope that everything turns out okay and that everything works out. It is possible to do it both ways. One just takes a little bit more time and effort, and I have found that I get better results. So without further ado, here is how I do it. You're going to want a piece of paper and a pen to write down notes as you go so that you can follow this process after. So, okay, first and foremost, you want to set a specific time and date with your hostess. So unlike some parties that just open up on the internet and just go and go and go, and you don't really know when they're starting and you don't really know when they're beginning, this is going to be a set time and date just like it was a home party. So you're going to say, okay, it's going to be a 30-minute Facebook party. We need to pick a time and date, and then I'll go to the next step with you. So you talk to your hostess, you pick a time and date that you can both be online on the internet, and that's the date of her party. I like to go for Thursday evenings. During the week is a really good time after dinner, like if people are done getting dinner, getting the kids' homework done, getting the kids off to bed, whatever it might be. So I often do it between 7:30 and 8 o'clock at night when people start to kind of settle down and have a little time on their hands. And you want to set it and tell her it's just going to be a quick 30 minutes. The next and probably most important part of setting this hostess up for success are the things you tell her about what she needs to know, what her role is, because you cannot single-handedly have a successful Facebook party. You have to have buy-in and engagement from your hostess. So first, get her excited. Why is she having a party? What is she trying to earn? Ooh, are you trying to get a diffuser? Are you trying to get a new warmer? What are your favorite scents? Like, make a wish list. Like, I want to try to get you $500. I want to try to get your party to $500 PRV so that you can get $75 in free product and 3 half-price items. Like, build the excitement like you would with a regular hostess, and make sure that she knows what her goals are. Set a goal. Let her know you have to have a minimum of $200 in orders for it to be considered a qualifying party. Therefore, we're going to need enough people to buy at least $200 in Scentsy. I always say that is the minimum. We want a minimum of $200, but we really want to shoot for $500. So we need to get a lot of people invested into this party. So get her excited, get her going, and then set her goals of what she's trying to earn and what her party goals are so that she has something to aim for. Because if people don't know what they're aiming for, they don't know how to hit it. So together, you're going to work together towards those goals. Moving on, it's time to invite people. Now, you're going to create a Facebook event. I want to be clear that this is not a Facebook group that you're just going to have her add people into that you then have to go through later and delete people and delete the group. This is going to be under the events tab on Facebook. You're going to create a new event. You're going to set the date and time. You're going to put in the details, and you're going to then set her up for success before add your hostess, and then you're going to have her send her invites. So what you're going to want to do is tell her that there is a science behind her inviting only 50 Facebook friends. Now, why is that number 50? Now, listen to me right now. 50, 50, 50. You only want 50 people invited to the Facebook party. Why? Because you want people on Facebook to feel special about their invitation. If you receive an invitation to an event on Facebook and there are 500 people invited, 1, you don't feel very special, and 2, it's very easy to ignore and say, oh, I don't need to respond to that because those other 500 people are going to respond to it. So you want to make it personal. So when the person receives the request, they're going to see that only 50 of her closest friends were invited to the party. What I like to say is, only invite your Facebook friends that you would invite to your home. So if you wouldn't invite somebody to a home party, don't invite them to your Facebook party. And that's a good rule of thumb. Now, why 50? Now, we're going to invite 50, but our goal then, and her goal together, you're going to work together, is to get 25 RSVPs. So you want 50 invites, and then you got to work to get 25 RSVPs. Again, let the hostess know our goal is to get 25 RSVPs. So work with her along the way to make sure that she's working towards checking in with people, sending them private messages. Hey, I sent you an invite to my Facebook party event. I just want to make sure you got it, and can you make it? I really hope you can. I know you'd love the products. They made me think of you. I know you love Scentsy, yada, 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 things like that. Send them text messages. Then, because what ends up happening is if you get 50 invites and you can get 25 RSVPs, then that will probably translate to 8 to 10 guests actually showing up at the time of the party and placing an order. And 8 to 10 guests is like that magic number of the perfect number of orders we need to have a successful party. From that point forward, then it's kind of on you as the consultant to get those 8 to 10 people to buy something and to sell them a combine and save package, or to sell them a laundry bundle, or to sell them wax, but then upsell some washer whiffs or a room spray and try to get those party sales up. So that part falls kind of on you when she brings those 8 to 10 guests to the Facebook party. Moving along, as the party's opening and as people are RSVPing and joining, but you haven't gotten to the date of the party yet, you want to be posting fun stuff on the page. You don't want it to be overly salesy. You just want to like share a new product, or do like a cropping of a Scentsy warmer and say sneak peek of something I'm going to show you guys on Wednesday night, or hey, here's 6 warmers. Comment and leave a comment below with what your favorite warmer is in this picture, or hey, just a heads up, these are my top 5 selling scents. Do any of these sound good to you? Things that are engaging, things that don't sound salesy to people. Here's a tip. This is how you change your wax. Put a cotton ball in the top of your Scentsy warmer, and the cotton ball will slurp up the wax so you don't have to dump it out or dispose of it in another way. Funny memes, if you just like Google funny Scentsy pictures and hit images, like you'll find funny stuff that you can share about people running out of Scentsy, or, you know, I have enough Scentsy, said no one ever, like just things like that people relate to. And excuse me, post them on the event as you go along, you know, like one a day. And then as you get closer to the event date and time, start posting reminders like, hey, just a reminder to Jessica's friends, tomorrow night is her Scentsy party. I hope you'll all still make it. Or, hey, just a reminder, her party's tonight. And then as you get closer, say, okay, hey, heads up everybody, the party starts in 30 minutes. And I'll usually do like an hourglass picture. Like I'll just pull something off of Google and post like a, hey, time's ticking. Be sure to be at your computer in 30 minutes when we sign on to Jessica's 30-minute Facebook party. It's going to be a really quick, fun 30 minutes, and you're going to get to see all the fun new Scentsy products. Okay, so now it's the time of the event. Say it's 8 o'clock on Wednesday night, and the party's starting. And what you're going to do is you're going to go onto that event page, and you're going to say, it's time, who's here? Comment below to let us know. So you just want to kind of like take roll call, find out who's in attendance, who's online. And you always want to kind of privately tell your hostess on the side, hey, look, life happens. If people don't show up or you don't get all the people that RSVP, don't panic. We are going to leave it open for a little while. We're just not going to tell them that up front. So then they're going to come in. They're going to, you know, be in attendance, and you're going to see that they're commenting that you're here, and you're going to welcome them and say, hey, Jessica, hey, Sally, hey, Susie, hey, whoever. So glad you all can make it. I'm just going to give another minute and let people come on, and then we're going to get started. And then once you get started, what I normally do is I go live. So I take out my phone. I actually have like a cheap little tripod that I bought on Amazon, and I go live. And what I do is in my living room or in my office behind me, I set up a small table with just a nice array of Scentsy products, like a condensed version of what I would display at a home party. So I'll put the diffuser, I'll put a couple warmers that are top selling, I'll put like a stack of Scentsy bars to show them the 6-pack for $30. I'll do the Scentsy Go and I'll explain that. I'll do the washer whiffs, the counter clean. I don't spend a ton of time talking about how Scentsy works unless for some reason people haven't heard of it. What I do spend my time on my live video is I talk about how the diffuser works, how the Scentsy Go works, why I love the washer whiffs, and I really just kind of touch on my 5 top selling products and my 5 favorites, and I usually find that that's kind of what people buy. I always mention in my live video that there are combine and save bundle packages that they can save money on, and that I'll help them with that later. But that's it. I always keep my video to under 10 minutes when I go live. People do not want to watch you go live and just yap on and on and on and on. They want to get to the point just like they would if you were standing in front of them at a home party. You don't want your presentation to be the entire thing, and don't forget, you promised this was a 30-minute party, so you kind of have to get a lot done in that time frame. So you make your video, then I say, okay, I'm going back to the event page. I'll see you guys back on Facebook in a minute. And I kind of shut down the live. I go back to my computer and I say, okay, it's time to shop. And at that point, you have 3 choices. You can post a link to your website, which I actually don't recommend, only because if you were at a home party, you wouldn't send people to your website. So what I like to do is take the PDF version of the catalog off the workstation. We all can download the PDF. I like to save it as images, so you can save the whole entire catalog as JPEGs. It'll create like 25 to 30 individual JPEGs that you can then upload in order to your event page, and it basically creates a bunch of images on Facebook, and it kind of creates a catalog that they can then scroll through, whether they're on their phone or their computer, and they can look at the catalog inside the event. There's also a really neat website called Calameo. It's CALAMEO.com, and you can actually upload a PDF and it turns it into one of those online catalogs that people can scroll through like a real catalog, and you can actually post the link to the catalog in your event page. That is a free tool that you can use. So those are your 3 options with giving them the catalog, but you want to do it within the event page. Okay, next, give them a couple of minutes to browse and let them know that you're there to answer any questions. If they see something that they like, or they have any questions, or they want to know what fragrance something comes in, have them comment below and just have them kind of scroll through and ask you any questions while you're still there on the page. Next, it's time to collect orders. Now, much like a home party, when somebody fills out an order form with their contact information and what they want to order, and then they bring it to you at the table and you kind of fill out the tax and you make sure that they didn't miss anything, you make sure that they're not missing out on any bundles, or that, there's nothing, oh, don't forget light bulbs, things like that. So what I like to do is, if you've never made a Google form, it's very, very simple, but you go to forms.google.com and you create a form. I will post a link to my form in the comments of this video so that you can see a sample. You never want to send the link to my form, because then when somebody fills out my form, it's going to come to me. You want to duplicate and make your own Google form through your own Google account. And what you're going to do is, what I like to do is say, okay, part 3. Okay, so part 1 was roll call. Who's here? Who's at this party? This whole party is going to consist of 4 Facebook posts, okay? Post 1, roll call. And I even put it on the page. Post number 1, roll call. In case somebody comes on later, or in case the posts get out of order, the guests who join later or who tune it in after the fact, they can see those 4 posts and follow along quite easily. So post number 1, roll call. Post number 2, live video. Or if you're not comfortable making a live video, make a recorded video of yourself, or have somebody else, like a spouse or a child or a friend, make a video of you doing your quick presentation. That gives you a chance to kind of get it the way you want it, and to edit it, and to make sure it's exactly how you want it, and then upload it to YouTube, and you can post that video as post number 2 if you don't want to do the live portion. Or if you're busy and you can't be home to be live, but you still want to have a party, you can post a YouTube video of a pre-recorded demonstration. Okay, so post number 3 is where they browse the catalog, right? So they're going to browse the catalog, whether you do it through Calameo or you upload the images, or worst case scenario, you post a link to your website. That can be difficult because when people go onto your website, they don't always know where to go or what they're looking for, but it is an option if you have to. Okay, and then post number 4 is that they order, and I post a link to the Google form. After you create your Google form, you can hit, I think it's send in the top right corner. It will give you a link that you can then copy and paste into the event. People fill out the form and it shows up in your email. It is awesome. So it has all their contact information. It has their email for your workstation. It has their cell phone number. All of the fields that you created when you made the form, they're going to fill out. And then it has a spot for, okay, what did you want to order? Then what I do is I review the order. I make sure I can't save them any money or put their order into a bundle. And I tell them, I'm going to send you a PayPal. So, and I tell them this on the event page, like once I get your order, I'll review it, I'll be in touch, and I'll send you a PayPal link. Now, if you don't have a PayPal account, create one. It's free, it's easy, and it's a great way to collect money from customers with no fees. So what I do after I get the order is I review it, I make sure, and I send them a PayPal. I summarize, I say, thank you for your Scentsy order. Here's your total with shipping. And once they pay the PayPal, I mark it paid on their form. And I go on to my PWS, I go on to my website, because keep in mind, if it's Jessica's party, I've already created her party on my website to show up. So I go on like I'm a customer to the front side of my website, and I select Jessica's party, and I place the order for Susie, and I ship it to Susie's door because Susie PayPal'd me the money. I use my credit card, and I ship that right to Susie directly. So Susie really has to do nothing. Once all her friends have ordered, then you go to Susie hasn't done anything either because she just ordered through you. She paid you, and now you're shipping it to her door. Now, Jessica, the hostess, she hasn't done much up to this point, and then you're like, hey, guess what? 10 people ordered. Here's your total. I need to know what you want, and then I'm going to ship you your stuff. Now, the hostess's rewards are going to ship for free, so you want to set it up to ship directly to your hostess. You put in her hostess rewards, and when everybody's orders have gone through and everybody's paid, you ship the hostess rewards off to your hostess. And that's it. And then I usually go back to the event page in a couple days, and I'll say, hey, once they've all got their stuff, because you can check the tracking number in your order history. I go in, I say, hey, does everybody have their stuff? Any questions? Is everybody loving what they've got? Hey, post it on Facebook. Tell us what you got, build more excitement after the party. And I also say, hey, don't forget, if you want to book your own easy 30-minute Facebook party, you can. And then the current hostess will get a free half-price item at your party. So I always try to book parties from parties just like I would a normal hostess. So that is, in a nutshell, how I do Facebook parties. And if you have any questions specifically, you can definitely reach out to me. I'm sure you'll have questions after you listen to this video, and you're welcome to ask, and I'll do my best to answer you. So the next and much more simplified way to have a Scentsy Facebook party is to set up an event. Still, I don't recommend doing a group. Definitely still do it as an event. Never have it be more than 3 days. So say you wanted to close on Saturday, because Friday's payday and Saturday's a good day to kind of do the follow-up with everybody and make sure your hostess, get her hostess rewards wrapped up. So say you're going to say, okay, Jessica's having a Facebook party, and it's going to be open on this event page from Thursday morning to Saturday morning, or Thursday morning to Sunday morning, whatever you want. Just set a date range. And post. Communication is the key to success. You have to post on the page how the party works, what the expectation is. Hey, Jessica, still stick to the only 50 invites, and still stick to getting her to get 25 people to RSVP to the party. Have her follow up with people and invite them, and make sure everybody that she's close to was invited. But set the expectation and let them know, hey guys, yes, this party is only open for 3 days. Jessica is trying to get a certain goal. She's trying to earn a free diffuser. Anything you guys can do to help make your home smell good and help Jessica hit her hostess goal at the same time, I'm here if you have any questions. You can still do those miscellaneous posts, but throughout that event, you want to keep posting the website link to her party so that people can go on and order and place their orders. Make sure if you are removing the live component or the video component from the event, that you at least share the value of the Combine and Save specials and post the link to the Combine and Save bundles on the event page so that people at least look at them. Because usually if people shop the bundles, they end up spending more because they're saving more. So do that, post the link. And then in that case, you're only posting the link so guests would order online. It would ship directly to their house. They do all the online ordering. They do the online payment part. And your host, once it's done, you get your hostess rewards, you wrap it up with your hostess, and you're done. So that's the second way to have a Facebook party. The first party definitely is a lot more effort, and it creates a little more work for you and a little bit more communication between you and the hostess and her guests. And then you're actually, doing the video component. It's a little more like a real party. But the second option has definitely worked for me. I actually have an open fundraiser right now that's just an online link, and I've had 5 or 6 people order from it directly, and they all live right here within a couple towns of me. So it's not impossible. It's just a little bit lazier, I guess is the word, but it does work. So, like I said, if you have any questions about the second part of that, feel free to ask any questions. A lot of it is trial and error, and a lot of it you kind of learn as you go. And don't be disappointed if you have Facebook parties that flop, because some do. It's just the nature of the beast. It's the internet, and you can't guarantee people are always going to show up and do exactly what you want them to do. But if you try to create a relationship and an environment of fun and engagement and excitement, and you're passionate about Scentsy, and your hostess kind of, multiplies that passion with her friends and her family, you can, in fact, have a very, very successful Scentsy Facebook party. You can have multiple parties going at one time. You can have multiple parties within a week. I've done as much as 4 Facebook parties in one day, and that's how convenient they are, because we're all attached to the internet. We're all in this big network through the internet, and why not take advantage of it with your Scentsy business? So holler if you have any questions. I hope this helped you. Good luck. I wish you all the luck. And Facebook parties are it's the way to go if you are a busy person and you just need to get your Scentsy sales up, and you have hostesses who have busy lives and they don't have time to have a Facebook party. Have a home party for you. So, like I said, good luck, and holler with any questions. I will put a link to my Google form in the comments of this video, as well as a link to the pre-recorded video I had made one time. So I normally go live, but I'll also put a link to this past summer. I was really busy, and I did a few of my parties. I did a pre-recorded video, so I'll show you what that looks like. That'll also give you a chance to see what my Facebook display looks like. Thank you.